Hello and welcome
Hello and welcome
to the
to the
last game
last
of the
game.
round. Eels versus the Cowboys here at 1300 Smile Stadium. And this is going to be a pretty good matchup. The Eels, they've been struggling to find form, but Cowboys, Chris Lord there, the big man, is going to be leading them out and hoping to get a win in this one here. And with me here, I've got Luke Driscoll and Mike Borsons in the box.
Yep, thank you for having us on board here for the fantastic game as we're about to approach the kickoff. Should be an interesting game. Eels looking to bounce back with another win. North Queensland obviously playing for that top 8 with only 3 matches left, and this should be a really good game.
Yeah, it's a lot on stake here in this game. Both teams just trying to secure a place in the finals. The Eels, they need to make their way up to their 8. They're just missing out on it. And Luke Short probably trying to end the Eels chapter in the SRL on a good note. And he's just going to take the hit up here. Luke Short playing lock today. It's something you don't see too often. He usually is playing in that 8 jersey, and Phoenix Murphy just going over the 40-meter line. Now it's going to be Jameson playing right to O'Shea Ole. Inside ball, Amatungi is through the line. It's taken down though by Chaz Dingo, the last line of defense. Jameson, he goes right. O'Shea Ole back inside for Luke Short. They're liking that inside ball so far. Now we're going to have Jameson going back to O'Shea Ole. It's going to be crossfield punt. Jay takes it, and he's not going anywhere. Great tackle on him. We've got Wamsley. He's taking it up. Good run from him.
A bit of important defensive set from Parramatta if they can condense them into their own half. Should be really interesting if they can hold them there. They'll get the ball back at a decent field position, and then they can mount an attack.
Yeah, definitely. The Cowboys are just going to want to maybe have a bit of a better set at the moment. And the pace, that's a good run from him. Bumps off one, but still they're just outside of their 30 on 5th tackle.
That was a fantastic set, really. And they've caught the ball, 33 out from their own line, and then the run back from Cox was just their side of halfway.
Yeah, it's a great run from him. Almost getting to halfway. And June playing in the second row as a center, and a small center at that. Something you probably wouldn't normally see. Maybe a bit of a Cody Og build. But a bit interesting to see a 61, 62 overall at second row. And Kalen Kelly just grabs the offload there. He's taken down. Jameson's going to go inside to June. June's through the line. Taken down 10 meters out. We're close to the line here. Can Eels get anything done?
June's been really consistent since he's joined the Eels, and unfortunate for that they've get the set restart, but really consistent in recent weeks, and a few tries scored, and it's just really interesting to see the position change. I'm sure that there was another reason behind the captain making that decision.
Yeah, we can see a lot of these centers moving to second row and having amazing games and being really impactful in attack, and it always is very interesting to watch them and see how they go because they can be some of the most fun players to watch. And now we've got Williams through the line, fending off one. He goes over the halfway line. Now Eels, they're on the back foot now. And, oh, that's a Falcon, and that's terrible. Kalen Kelly just comes up with the ball, and Cowboys are not going to be too happy with that one.
This was the first time they've gotten into Parramatta's half so far in the first 6 minutes. And obviously they've dropped the ball, and Parramatta's ended up with the ball, and they've just crossed over on the second tackle into the Cowboys area. So more or less the game is being dominated right now by Parramatta. I'm hoping that they can use this advantage while they've got it. At some stage, Cowboys will come back into this game.
Yeah, they definitely will. They're not a team that stays down very often. And Kalen Kelly straight through the line, and the offload to Luke Short, losing a few meters. They're just going to be 15 meters out here. They're going to want a good kick, a high one maybe. And that's a good one. Straight under the sticks. No one wants it. It's going to bounce. It's bounced for Bakers. He's gotten it down. Bakers.
What a beautiful try. And just put it down just before the dead ball line.
Yeah, that's amazing from him. Just gets it down before going into touch over the dead ball line. And look at him just moonwalking over. And, oh, that's so close. He nearly put his toe on the line there. And Mike Borsons, what do you think of that one?
It's incredible. The pressure they built up there over those past 8 minutes of just constant attack on that line. The Cowboys just didn't want anything to do with that kick. They were flat, they were scared, they just had no effort, just pure laziness, and the Eels capitalise on the one chance they get down there.
Yeah, it's not something you'd normally see from a veteran like Chaz Dingo just letting it bounce in his in goal, especially after the amazing game they had last week in that amazing victory over the Raiders, where he scored the game-winning try. But man, the Cowboys, they just got to be better than that. They're just given 6 free points to the Eels, and that was a really avoidable try, I reckon, if they just got underneath the ball.
It was quite a difficult kick, though, because it was so close to that upright and crossbar on the post. So I think it would have been difficult to see where it was landing, and that's why we've seen it just let it go bounce. Obviously, the Parramatta Chase were the ones to jump on the ball.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Luke. You can see a lot of these high balls that hit the post. They can just be so volatile and held in tackle. The Cowboys, it's just when it rains, it falls. Parramatta getting some easy meterage for nothing. Cowboys are just not doing it at the moment.
And no, this is what I was saying though, but I'd never count out the Cowboys. If I was Parramatta, I would know I'd take this advantage and make the most of what I've got. Just as the game of rugby league ebbs and flows, so Cowboys will get their opportunities, but right now what we're seeing is Parramatta taking the stranglehold of the game. It's been really well played.
Yeah, it definitely has. And we got Walker straight through the line. Kyan Walker just with a great run. Eels are now in good attacking position. Baker's just going to take a hit up there. Probably not the best idea. They could have spread it wide there. But we're going to go Jameson out to short, out to June. June's going to be taken down around 5 meters out. What can the Eels produce now? We got Baker's the grubber. Grubber for Kelly. Oh, how close is that? Kelly, just the amazing try-scoring front rower. Just steaming onto the ball. He just can't get through the line of defense, though. And we got Cambolo straight through the line, hitting back for the Cowboys.
Parramatta's kicks have been really on point so far. So full credit to their halves. As we've seen the Cowboys now coming out from their own end, and they're crossing over the halfway mark for the second time in 12 minutes. So that's how much control Parramatta's had.
Yeah, and we see Chris Lord out at the second row, left second row, just like we saw last week in the Cowboys game. And Wells also back in the half still. And you can't blame him for running this same team list because they were just so good last week, and you can't really doubt them. And Brown just can't get through the line. And Mike Borsons, what do you think of the game so far?
I really like how the Eels players that they've brought in have really stepped up. You talk about during the transfer window, Kalen Kelly, one of their big prop signings that they traded for, he's been on fire. And then talk about the halves, you got Ole in there who brought that experience that they're much needed to help Marcus out and took a lot of pressure off it. So I think those are the two key factors that are actually helping the Eels get up here right now.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, Mike. It's just some great trades from Luke Short, getting some experience in the team. And we've got Bakers with the kick, and Jay, kick return. He can't go anywhere. The kick returns, they haven't really been able to do much this game. They've been dealt with pretty well.
Parramatta certainly have turned up ready to face those kick returns, and we know how dangerous Cowboys can be from the kick return. But so far, Parramatta's defence has been faultless. So I just think it's really interesting. We're seeing another spot where they've made very little meters and they're still just outside their own 40-meter line. So fifth tackle on the 40, it's just really tough game making meters for Cowboys right now.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with the Eels defense at the moment. And Brown just taking the kick return. He steps one. He's going to have a half break, but he's taken down just before the 40-meter line. Passing inside of Bakers. Now McDonald. Amac playing at 8 today with Luke Short moving to lock. So he's left that position open. Brown with another half break. Just driven back in that one though. He's not making any meters there. We've got June just taking the hit up. It's a bit different seeing the center at left second row. Usually they tend to go on the right, but Luke Short has decided to put June at the left second row. We did see the same with John Boy Mayava for the Bulldogs. So we'll see how he goes this game. And we've got Dingo making the kick return, but he's taken down promptly. And man, this Eels defense has been very good.
They've got their numbers on those returns, don't they? We know how explosive Chase Dingo can be from the kick return, and I think he's only made 8 meters from that kick return. And it looks like the Cowboys have, oh no, Parramatta have played at it. So
yeah, the ball was just lost, must have been lost backwards there maybe. And just towed over to the winger from a Cowboys player. I didn't catch who it was, but someone's been upgrading toe poke, I reckon. Lucas Deuce, he's just going to drive over to the opposition 40-meter line. This has definitely helped the Cowboys getting this extra meters. Callum Murray is straight through the line. He's going to be 15 out. Can the Cowboys maybe fight back here? Jake Scott to Wemsley. Scott again to Wells. Wells is just going to run it. Try and run over the line. But he's flipped. He's not getting it down this time. And referee Will Kay agrees. We're going to go back to the 10-meter line. We've got Carl. He's put a high one up. And Chapman, oh, he can't get anywhere though. The Eels defense just holding up really well.
It was a pretty lackluster set from the Cowboys there. First time they've been down that end, and they just produced a kick. Wasn't even close to building an impression to get a repeat set or anything there.
Yeah, it's not what you want from Jack Carl. His first kick of the game, I think. First attacking kick of the game. And it just wasn't a very good one. Not really much going on there. And Almatangi now. He's not going anywhere though. Both sides have been very good defensively so far.
That's right, yeah. But you just got to make the most of those opportunities. They had 3 sets inside the Eels 20, and they really did nothing with it.
Yeah, I agree. You know, both teams just kind of giving up opportunities at the moment. We've got Ole with the kick though. Over to Cambolo. He steps one, but he's taken down at the 25-meter line. He's neither teams are getting too much meters on these kick returns, but Quinton Cotter just folded there. I think that was Kalen Kelly, just with the absolute shot on him. And that's a Falcon. Murphy dives on it. And Eels, they have good attacking possession right now.
We've seen how lethal they can be on the end of a kick, so hopefully they don't have to resort to the last tackle to get a good attacking play underway.
Yeah, well, Eels, they've been lethal so far. So we'll see if they can make something worthwhile here. Luke Short offloading. Jameson just going to drive forward. Get back to around where the ball would have been played if Luke... Oh! Ole, just huge shot put on him there. Bakers, he's going to hold on to it. He's going to offload, actually. But Blaine, he couldn't do anything there. Defense is already on him.
Losing your playmaker on the 5th tackle is a bit rough, but they didn't offer anything after that, did they?
Yeah, it's a big wasted opportunity from the Eels there. Just great attacking position. They just don't do anything with it. Now Chris Lord playing in the second row, just getting driven back by Murphy. How good's Murphy? Had a great game last week and hoping to back it up with another one this week.
That's tackle 4, hands off, held.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Definitely a good backup so far. And just this whole defensive line, you can't fault it.
Yeah, how good has it been?
Every set, they're crawling for meters, the Cowboys at this stage.
Yeah, Jack Carl, good attacking, a good kick out of trouble. And Brown, how good's he been so far? Just asking the Cowboys defensive line questions every time. They've usually been able to wrap him up pretty quickly, but just getting that step on them pretty often, even though they're just half breaks. And Baker's going out to Amatangi, one of the best fullbacks in the competition at the moment. A great signing for the Eels in the mid-season. Baker's over to June. June can't get anywhere.
4. Hold the 10. Hill. Let him go.
Eels taking a long time to play that ball there. Almatangi
was-
steps through the line. Almatangi, he's taken back by Chaz Dingo. That's a great desperate tackle from him. The Eels' 5th tackle in the opposition 10 once again. And Luke Short, he's just going to hit it up, but is he going to drive over? I think he has. I think he's just gotten it down there.
That's a fantastic try from Luke. He's certainly showed his strength to get over that line, and as we can see through the replay on the bunker, he certainly gets the ball down.
He's gotten it. And there it is, the green lights. Luke Short taking it upon himself to get his team a 10-point lead now. Soon to be 12, assuming that a sunny tire kick isn't in play right now. But we'll see how this goes. Hopefully Bakers doesn't make a sunny tire out of it. And he's gotten it. Mike Parsons, what are your thoughts on that try there?
It's beautiful. That back of that one-up defense that they've been playing. They've been putting the pressure on the Cows. The Cows haven't been able to make a single big play to get the ball down the field. And then Parramatta just builds and builds and builds, and you can see they're putting the points on the board because of it.
Yeah, I think that this start to the game is definitely not what people were expecting. Cowboys at home just getting punished at the moment. And Evans just taking the first hit up.
And Eels are certainly winning that arm wrestle for field position. So it's just evident so far. And as I've stated earlier, but you just can't rule the Cowboys out just yet. They will get their opportunities, and hopefully they can strike on them.
Yeah, you'd assume that Cowboys wouldn't be out of this game for very long. And Ole, oh, that's going to be 6 again. Bakers just is in perfect position to run onto that ball as well, so they don't lose very many meters. Murphy, inside ball to Amatangi. Amatangi's been very involved so far. Chaz Dingo, on the other hand, has not been very involved. He's going to want to be in this game a little bit more if he wants his team to get back in it.
No, actually, has he only ran the ball once so far this half, and that was on a kick return from memory?
Yeah, I think so, unless I'm forgetting something, but nothing of value really from Chaz Dingo attacking-wise so far. He's had some pretty good defensive moments though. Jameson, he's going to go back to Bakers. That's a very shallow kick, and yeah, Dingo jumps on that easily. It wasn't very high, it wasn't very long. I'm not sure what was going on there. It might have came off the side of the boot. And Williams absolutely smashed right there. Eels coming off a bit better than Cowboys so far. Scott's going to go to Carl, over to Williams. Williams through the line. It's a good run from the lock. 4th tackle now, just almost at the halfway line. Chris Lord, not much doing over there. 5th tackle. See if the Cowboys can come up with a good kick for meters right now. Just straight over back to that right side of the field where Brown is. He breaks the line. He's through the line. Can Brown get away? Chaz Dingo's there in support. He's not very close though. He's gotten him. Brown cannot get away from Chaz Dingo. Eventually gets to the winger. Luke Short. Yeah, great effort by him. June just gained some meters. Bakers over to Almatangi. Almatangi nearly through the line. Just gets driven back though. Cowboys defense is desperate. There's a hole there. Anderson, he's driving over, but no, he's going to be driven on his back. Will Kay wants to send it up, but I think he didn't get that to the ground.
No, it certainly doesn't look like it from here.
The red
That
lights
was,
come up. No try.
that was a great run from the backfield there, and it was really lucky that Dingo was certainly quick enough to keep up with the pace as we got to the last tackle, and another attacking kick from Parramatta Eels.
Yeah, it was a terribly forward pass there, and O'Shea Ole
Held there.
he just holds on to it in the fifth tackle, maybe just a bit too close to the defensive line, and he can't get the ball away. And that's a great short pass from Carl Segarini.
One.
He gets over to the 30-meter line.
Held.
Cowboys maybe just starting this set off very well and might be able to do something. Chaz Dingo also getting a bit involved now.
He's held there. Let him go.
Second
Let him
tackle,
go.
they're past the
2
40-meter
on
line.
the keep going.
Cowboys, if they keep it up, they might be able to do something in this set.
Held.
Segarini with just a great driving run. That's not a very good pass. Carl just wasn't expecting the ball. Gets it flat-footed and they don't gain any meters there. Jake Scott over to Williams. Segarini once again. Offload to Scott.
Held.
It's fifth tackle now. Segarini, he gets in the way and oh man.
He gets
That's
absolutely folded as well.
Yeah, absolutely folded. That's not what the Cowboys would have wanted there. Just not really ending the set the right way for them. And now Evans playing the ball. Jameson to Ole. Ole's just going to run it up. Second tackle now, almost at the halfway line. Anderson drives it up.
3 back with me.
And the Eels, they're in a pretty good attacking position at the moment. And they might be able to get some more points on the board if they're good these last 2 tackles.
He's held there.
But they're still a bit far out.
I'm going to do a cross before I say this, but this is arguably one of the best defensive halves from a team so far this season in the Eels, because they've, as I said, I was going to cross to make sure it wasn't a commentator's cursor, but great defensive half. With 3 minutes left, they have not put a foot wrong in stopping the Cowboys from moving forward. Like, they've just stopped them every time, so it's been really good like that.
Yeah, well, a little break there. And the Cowboys, they're one of the good attacking teams in this comp. I think they're the best defending team. And Chaz Dingo, straight through the line. And I might be adding on to the commentator's curse, but the Eels have been very good to keep them out so far. It's very impressive. And Chris Lord juggling the ball there and somehow keeps possession of it. They're going to have it 25 meters out. This might be their last set of the half. But they're not going to be able to get onto the ball. There was no kick chases there, and Blaine just gets to the ball. And now Eels just going to want to ride this one out. Maybe not throw it over the sideline like someone else might do. And Kelly just running the wrong way there. I'm not sure what was happening with Kelly. But he might have gotten a bit confused there. Maybe he needs to go for a HIA. And June. Short's going to kick it on 4th tackle. Chaz Dingo, he's going to have one last chance to put his team on the board. And he's going to get a line break, but quickly taken down by Amatangi. And that might see us for this half. And Chris Lord, the last run of the half. And that is it for this half. We'll see you in the next one. And we are back with the second half. John Baker's to get us underway, and we had quite a first half there. Eels with probably the best defensive half that they've had all season, maybe in the history of the club. And Mike Borsons, what did you take from that half?
Like you said, the Eels just kept bringing that pressure defensively, and basically the Cowboys just had no answer to it. Saying that, the Cowboys haven't lost so far this season at home, so I do expect a turnaround for them in the second half here.
Yeah, I think you'd be silly not to think that the Cowboys were about to turn it up to the next gear and give it a good crack in this half. I'd be very surprised if they didn't just go all out here. And we got Carl having a hit up now. His 4th tackle on the 40-meter line. That's going to be outside the 40. Chapman, that's a good kick though. Bad bounce, goes straight into Amatangi's lap. And Amatangi's just taking it back 25 meters out from his goal line. O'Shea Ole now. Offload. Kelly. Kelly can't make any meters there. Second tackle. Jameson, short side. Inside to Amac. Amac's going to get down on the 40-meter line.
Back with me.
Bakers, Walker. Walker's driven back. The Cowboys have had a much better set defensively than in the first half, I reckon. And Amac just jumping onto the ball again. Just a bit of deflection that went backwards off the Eels. Jameson over to Walker. Walker kicking. Goes straight over the head. Finds the turf. Beautiful kick. But it's... I think that Jay's just taken that out. Oh, he has. He must have thought that the Eels defenders were a lot closer than they actually were. And what was he thinking there, Luke?
Well, I wouldn't have a clue. I think he's just had a mental snap just in the split-second decision-making processes. But, I mean, this stranglehold just seems to keep happening for this game so far, where Parramatta just seem to be wrestling, out-wrestling and out-playing the Cowboys in every facet of the game so far.
Yeah, well, I think that was a masterclass kick from Cayenne Walker. Might as well move over to the halves because that's a beautiful kick, just straight over the head. And Luke Short running it up for the middle right now. It's going to be fifth tackle. Eels, they're not going to want to waste this chance. O'Shea Ole, it's a little bit shallow, the bomb. And Chapman gets it easily. And that's a very important take from the Cowboys center.
That's a great kick. Look at that positioning in the field. Down in the corner, but as you can see, Dingo just breaks through and he gets tackled 22 out from the Cowboys line.
Yeah, Jake's got over to Carl Williams. Williams has been very good for the Cowboys so far, probably one of their better players so far. And Carl over to Lord. Lord, he hasn't been able to get too involved over at the left second rower, but we'll see if things change in this half. Carl doing the kick over the head. He finds the turf. It's a good kick from Carl. But Almatangi, he's straight through the line. He's gonna go, but oh my god, he's been taken down. I'm not sure who that was. I think that's Chaz Dingo there. Last line of defense runs him down. Guess he's a bit fresher since he hasn't been as involved in the game. And Almatangi, man, I thought he was about to run away for all money, but Kelly, no, what has happened there? He's lost it millimeters from the line there. Mark Paulsons, what was that?
Just a forward that's trying to be too tricky out in the line there. You just had to take a few extra steps, dive down. No one was near him.
Yeah, I think he definitely could have waited a bit there and put it down safely. And I'm not sure what he was thinking there. Chapman now running it up. Cowboys in great field position. This is definitely a black and white from what we just saw before. The Parramatta Eels, they could have been up by 16, 18, but just waste their chance. And now the Cowboys, great field position to make something happen for themselves.
And that was probably their best set of six in this whole game, and it's unfortunate that they've just thrown it away with that tackle. But that was 82 metres, I believe, or 72 metres off that set of six.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity there, but they've just wasted it. Bad pass, went to the wrong person, and now the Eels, they're just back on the attack again. And man, the Cowboys, they really needed to complete that one and make something happen. And Almatangi straight through the line, and Chris Lord, he's going to intercept it. Almatangi just got a bit tricky with the offload there, and Chris Lord's big fat head got in the way.
As I stated in the first half, this is the opportunity that'll be created for North Queensland, and I'm hoping that they can actually come up with something really good and get some points on the board.
Yeah, well, you can't keep him out for 80 minutes. The Cowboys are a very good team. And Chris Lord just taking a hit up now. They're going to be 10 metres out. And they're going to have a couple tackles to play with here. See if they can get anything going. And Carl, he's going to pass it off to his big front rower. Still 10 metres out. Can they make anything happen? Wells, he's going to grubber it. It's a good kick. Carl jumps on it. And he's going to get it down. I think Carl's just got it down now. Will Kay's taking it up to the bunker. And Yes, that he has gotten that one down. Maybe phases through Kalen Kelly just a little bit there, but amazing work from Jack Carl. And that is it. Try. Mike Borsons, what do you think of that one?
It's going to come from it as Cahill, and he'll step up the plate this time to get them back on. Hope this is the thing where they can start turning around.
Yeah, well, Eels just wasted their chance earlier, and they've just made a few mistakes, and it's just left the door open for the Cowboys, and you can't keep the Cowboys out for very long when you make mistakes like that and give them opportunities. They're a very good team at doing this, turning momentum and take over. We saw it against the Raiders when they just refused to quit last week in that amazing game, and we might be seeing it again here. And now Baker's to kick us off.
That's absolutely right, and that's a nice kickoff for the Eels. But as we'll see, it's these kickoffs is where it's most important for the Eels defence to contain the Cowboys if they want to hold on to that lead.
Yeah, Eels are just going to want to keep that same intensity from the first half in their defense, because it was just amazing. And there we go, Cowboys straight through the line. That's a bit of a half break for them. And as I say that, might be a little bit of a commentator's curse, but Cowboys get the line break. And Murphy with a good tackle there on Lord. Hustler taken down. He can't get anywhere. No steps from him. Fifth tackle now. Going to Carl, and he's shanked that one. Amatangi running onto the ball. He's gotten some space, but he's taken down on the 40-meter line. It's going to go to Jameson. Murphy.
How good has this fullback battle been all game?
Yeah, two first-class fullbacks in the comp. Two of the best. And Ole just pokes his nose through the line there. Eels, they've got a good chance here. McDonald driving up. He's 15 meters out. Fourth tackle now. Kalen Kelly passing to Ole to Murphy. He's going to get him 10 meters out. Eels, this is the best chance that they've had so far, besides Kalen Kelly dropping it over the line. Ole, that's a high kick. It's got just maybe not enough airtime on that one, but still Dingo trapped in his 10-meter line there.
Absolutely right. So they're keeping up with that game plan of just pegging them back into their own half, and it seems to be working. You've just got to be wary that if the Cowboys want to chance their hand, obviously they will make line breaks, and they certainly have the speed in their outside back to run 100 meters and score.
Ooh, I think that something might have been on there in that short side, but the Eels defense was just amazing to read that play and not let anything happen there. And Jack Carl just shanks another kick. Amatangi steaming onto it again, and Amatangi must be loving life right now. Just Carl feeding him these really bad kicks that he can just easily run onto and make some good meters from. Blaine, he's just going to poke his nose through the line. It's going to be Jameson over to Murphy. Murphy, he's going to drive it up. 10 meters out now. Eels third tackle. They have a very good opportunity now. Kelly just running it straight up. They probably would have wanted to pass it around a little bit more than that. And it's going to go Ole. Ole, he can't get the ball away. It's fifth tackle now. Eels, they don't want to waste another one. Can they come up with something now? It's going to be Jameson to Short. Short with the grubber. His player was offside, and Amac just in front of the kicker. He could have run onto it, but he was just a few steps too far forward, and he couldn't get anything going for his team there.
At the moment, we're watching a battle of attrition, and I think it's going to come down to which forwards tire first, because it's been really heavy work from both sides in defence.
Yeah, I think you're right, and at the moment, it just seems like Eels, they're happy to let the Cowboys just get the ball and trap them in their own half at the moment. It's just been intense defensive pressure, and look at that. Inside the 40, Cowboys are forced to kick. Kieran Wells, he's taken over the kicking duties because Carl has shanked a couple now. And Cox just making that kick return. It's going to be Baker's.
a battle of field position, and Parramatta's certainly winning it so far in this second half.
Yeah, I reckon so. I think that's even though the Cowboys have scored a try this half and Eels haven't, Eels still definitely have had the better of the possession and field position. And Short just taking his team up past the halfway line. Fifth tackle now, Amatangi, 35 meters out. Interchanges are going to be coming on for both teams soon. Now O'Shea Ole, cross-field kick. And, oh, what's happened there? Brown nearly scored. Mike Borsons, what just happened?
Oh, the Cowboys definitely need to go back to the training ground and practice some of taking these high kicks here. Second time they just let one bounce when could have turned into attacking opportunity. This time they got lucky, last time they didn't.
And Williams seems to be a problem on the field. He's clutching at his shoulder. There might be a problem for him. He's come off the field, and this isn't very good for the Cowboys. This definitely isn't part of the game plan. They're going to suffer. He's been one of their best players so far in this game. And Eels just with another moment that may give them the upper hand. The early kick here from Carl is a better kick than his last ones, but just not going to have the distance nor the angle. And Amatangi, he's too good with the kick returns, and he breaks through one of them before the ankle tap. He's given his team first tackle on the 40-meter line. O'Shea Ole thinks he's a prop this game. He's been running it up non-stop. And Murphy now dishing it off to Anderson. 25 out. Can Jameson do anything for his team? Short. It might have been a forward pass there, but you tell me. June running it up. He's going to be 5 meters out. Eels, they've seen this so many times this half. Can they get something done in the opposition 10? Bakers, it's going to be a high ball, very high. It's going to be batted back for Amatangi. Amatangi, he gets close, but just stopped there. Man, that was close. I think that was Callum Murray that just stopped him. And that's a try-saving tackle right there.
And yet again, we get to watch the Cowboys coming out from their own try line off the back of a really nice kick from the Parramatta Eels.
Yeah, how good have they been just suffocating this Cowboys defense? Oh, and Luke Short just comes up with the intercept. Cowboys, they had a good break going there, but just getting a bit too desperate. And Amatangi straight through the line now. Tries to turn Chaz Dingo inside out, but he can't do that to Dingo. Eels, second tackle in the 10. O'Shea Ole once again taking a hitter. He must be trying out for that 8 jersey. And June just running it up, nearly in the in goal. Held up beforehand. It's going to be Ole. Ole, he's running it himself. It pays off this time. He's gotten over the line. Will Kay wants to take it up to the bunker, but I think he's gotten that down.
This should be interesting. And yeah, look, you can't say that he hasn't. There's no double movement motion there. So I imagine we're going to see the green lights. What's your thoughts, Mike?
Yeah, that's definitely a try. And they're in practice trying to do it all game. Finally pays off. And look, it looks like the Cowboys are going to lose this one. First time they lost at home all season. I just don't see them being able to keep up with that defensive pressure that the Eels are putting on them. And that is 15 minutes left, but the Eels just are on fire right now. What more can you say?
I don't even think that North Queensland's playing bad, but I just think the Eels are playing quite possibly one of their best games of the season as well in terms of defense. So.
Yeah, Luke Short, he's screaming at his players, where has this been all year? And man, if they've been playing like this all year, they could be in a very good position now. Because this Eels team, if we saw this every week, I would not doubt that they would be very high in the top 8. This defense has just been amazing. And it's been very fun to watch as well, just seeing a team dominating with their defense. It's not something you see too often in the SRL, but you love to see it when it happens.
And they're working just like such a cohesive unit, and it's something to admire.
Yeah, it's like the Parramatta hive mind at the moment. It's going to be Bakers inside of AMAC. AMAC, oh no, the first big Jake Scott nearly got through the line and scored, but a great ankle tap. And Jack Carl just chucking a few dummies. I don't think anyone was falling for them. He's taken down on the 10-meter line. Second tackle. Cowboys, they have a very good opportunity right now. Make us eat our words. And Eels, we might have put a bit of a commentator's curse on them. Chris Lord, driving. Chris Lord, he's gotten over the line. He's scored. Will Kay taking it up to the bunker. He's saying it's a try. And yeah, that's a try. Chris Lord. How good is that? Leading by example, the captain, getting his team over the line and making this a competition again.
Did
Someone give that man an earpiece to what I was just saying in the commentary. He's just fired after that.
Yeah, Mike Dawson's might have lit the fire underneath the Cowboys.
It's amazing how much one mistake can really change the flow of a game, and as we've seen that intercept, and then on the back of that set of 6, obviously the Cowboys run. Chris Lord runs over and scores, and I think it's really important that you complete your set, and that's not something Eels do. And I've said it all along. Like Cleveland have the power to strike really quickly, really fast. But like obviously, the first 5 minutes, Eels' defense was excellent. But if you have defensive lapses like the one we just seen, North Queensland will punish you for it.
Yeah, and Chris Lord, you can't stop him that close to the line, can you? He's just an amazing player, and you can't keep those types of players out very long, even though he's been pretty quiet this game. But, you know, just getting involved when he needs to get involved, really, that's what the great players do. And Scott, straight through the line, great run from dummy half. Offload to Kieran Wells. It was nearly an intercept, but Wells dives on it very well. Lee Simon, he's going to dish it to pace over to Murray. Murray's driving forward over the halfway line. 70 minutes into this game now. Flat pass, offload. Jake Scott, he's going to run it up again. He's probably a bit tired. It's going to be Dingo at dummy half now. Over to Chris Lord. Taking a hit up. Chris Lord just trying to make meters for his team. Get him in a good position. They're going to be a bit too far out for an attacking kick. So just going to punt it over to Brown. Brown straight through the line though. It's a good kick return from him, getting his team out of trouble. And it could have been a very good set from the Cowboys there. It was a good set, but could have been even better if that kick chase is just a bit better.
You're absolutely right, and I think Brown has played an outstanding game for the Parramatta wing today as well.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. The Cowboys have definitely been targeting Brown all game, and he's just stepped up to the plate and had an amazing game, just taking all that pressure. And there's few things more important than the kick returns in this game. And now Jameson, he's going to be kicking it for his team. And talking about kick returns, Hustler, he's going to get it 20 meters out, getting his team in a pretty decent position for a good set. And Cambolo playing prop now, also 30 meters out. Parramatta, can they show their defense, show that it's good, just like it was earlier in the game? Goes over left to Carl. Carl to Lord. Lord nearly breaks through the line. A little half break for him. It's going to be 4th tackle. They might be thinking early kick, and they're not. Jack Carl dishes it over. Dingo now through the line. Dingo tries to turn Almatungi inside out. No such luck though. Both fullbacks just battling each other non-stop this game. Kieran Wells is going to do a cross-field punt, and it's going to be Cox. Cox not had much ball this game, and he just barely got over to the ball. He was a bit out of position there. Now Ole to Anderson. Anderson, big bump off there. He's through the line. He's just ran 40 meters. And Mike Borsons, what do you think about this game so far? And Almatungi.
I think if there was any other fullback besides Chaz Dingo right now, Almatungi would have a hat trick right now. He'd be outstanding. Simply the best player on the field by a mile.
Yeah, and the Cowboys have really... Anderson. Cowboys have really had to step up a lot of their marquee players ever since their lock went down earlier in the contest. Bakers, he's going to put the high ball up. No one wants it. Once again, but Chaz Dingo, he runs onto it. Nearly breaks through the line. Amatangi's there though. Amatangi just showing how classy he is in that fullback jersey. And Deuce is through the line. He's playing a prop. He's got 99 speed and he's going to make his team a lot of meters. He's going to offload over to DePace. 30 meters out now. It's going to be second tackle. Cowboys, they're going left. Carl to Chapman. Chapman half break. He's going to be taken down. It's going to be Hustler to Carl. Scott's going to fend one off. That's a big fend. Stiff arm. Fourth tackle now. Cowboys might be do or die right now. 3 minutes left in the game. Kambolo. He's through. Has he gone there?
I think he has. I think he has got there. Just on the line.
Will Kay's saying it's a try. And yes, he's gotten that down. He's gotten his team in this game. And now it's going to be the deadlock. See who can break it first.
What a big stint for him. Coming back on his prop and then getting the try to tie it up here.
Yeah, Carl, he's going to have a big kick. He's not going to want to miss this one. And Luke Driscoll earlier at halftime questioning Deuce moving to the props, but he's might have just saved the game for his team there. And Jack Carl, oh no, he hasn't. Surely not.
Was that overconfident? Is that what that was? Was that overconfidence for that kick?
Jack
Probably.
Carl, what have you done? His team did all the work and he's just missed that one. All Cowboys supporters, I feel for you. Jack Carl, I feel for you. Oh
I think it comes
dear.
back to the pressure that the Eels have brought all game. Just that defensive pressure, and then they get that try to potentially tie it up. And just all that work they've had to do all game. He just missed it.
Yeah, and it wasn't even necessarily a very hard kick, but sometimes those ones can be the hardest. The pressure is on you, and you're expected to make these easy kicks. And Hustler making it through the line at halfway. Can the Cowboys maybe come up with something amazing just to steal this game at the death? They've got 1 minute left, and they've got 2 tackles. Jake Scott to Carl. Carl to pace through the line. Offside markers gives him a little bit of extra space. It's going to be 5th tackle. Cowboys, I don't know if they can come up with anything now. Carl is just going to shank a little kick behind the Eels defensive line. And Walker, he's going to take probably the last kick return of the game. 5 seconds left in this. And man, the Eels are going to steal this one at the death. An amazing game from the Eels. They just played their hearts out. And man, you got to feel for the Cowboys. Just played their hearts out, but just couldn't get it in the end. It's very disappointing for all the Cowboys fans, I would imagine. As we look at the stats now in this heartbreaking game, and what separated the teams, see that the Eels had just a bit more possession, few more completions, less errors, and man, it really shows the story of the game. Just look, they were pretty evenly matched, but just in the end, just came down to that one missed conversion.
You're absolutely right there. I mean, that was a big arm wrestle of a match, and there were times when it was in Cowboys' favour, and there were times when it was in Eels' favour. And both teams defended really well. I mean, the attacking defence, while Cowboys were coming up from their own line from the Eels, was fantastic. But in saying that, the Cowboys' goal line defence was also like absolutely amazing, because they would have prevented at least 4 or 5 more tries from the Eels. What's your thoughts, Mike?
Yeah, definitely agree with that. If you look at the stats there, you can see the Cowboys had that slight advantage in line breaks there, but they just couldn't capitalise on it. Besides those 3 tries there. Why you go back over the Parramatta side, they dominated possession, had less missed tackles, made less tackles, because their defense was just so good. They just kept the Cowboys down in that 40 most of the game. It's only those few split moments where the Cowboys actually got up and they capitalized on the only chances they had.
Yeah, I agree, Mike. And we just had two heartbreaking games to end off this round. And as we go over to the player statistics for the Cowboys, you see Jake Scott with a lot of tackles, 2 missed. He was very good defensively for his team. And Dingo, how good is he? 14 tackles, none missed, 6 line breaks, and a try assist. He really played his heart out. And someone I just want to point out, Jordan Williams, came off early with an injury. And man, look how big he was for the team. 31 tackles, 2 missed, 2 tackle breaks, 2 line breaks. And that's all effort from him. And I think Cowboys definitely missed him after he had to come off the field.
They definitely did. Replacing that lock is one of the harder positions you can.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Just very heartbreaking for the Cowboys at the moment. And Jack Carl just missing that one conversion. But he did have a very good game nonetheless. He's probably the reason why his team was in the game at all, with just a try and a try assist. Chris Lord as well with an amazing game, 150 meters, and he got himself a try. And,
In that back 30 or so minutes towards the end, at the back, or maybe 20 minutes of the second half, Chris Lord certainly did stand up. Certainly did start making a lot more meters, and certainly showed in the stats as well.
yeah, certainly he definitely felt the pressure and just absorbed all of it and just started playing amazing. But in the end, just wasn't enough, just barely. As we go over to the Eels statistics now, Tyler Almatangi, 306 meters. Oh my word. 12 tackles, none missed, 8 line breaks. Have you ever seen a performance this good? Oh my word.
Outstanding. And like I said during the game, if there was any other fullback besides Chaz, he would have had a hat trick that game. He made all those beautiful line breaks, and who was at the end? Chaz. Chaz was the only one stopping him from scoring a try.
Yeah, absolutely. Chaz Dingo just so important to that Cowboys team. Just it takes a very good player to be able to wrap up Amatangi like he did. Just not getting any tries. It really shows the dedication of Chaz Dingo and how good he was this game. So we look on further. Joey June, left second row as the 99 speed. Got himself quite a few meters. Couple missed tackles as to be expected being a center at the second row, especially the left second row, since Chaz Dingo would have been attacking it quite often. And Zachary Brown, just great game from him, just absorbing all the pressure, always got kicked to that game. And man, what else can you say about this Eels defensive side? They just were amazing in defense, weren't they?
They actually were. And you can see just by the numbers, like that middle of the pack there, they certainly shared that work around. Speaking of, and O'Shea Ole took like how many hit ups? Seemed like he took a lot of hit ups in that game.
Yeah, he definitely did. He took 29 runs, and I'd say a majority of them were hit ups. And I'm just noticing now, a couple Eels players didn't come onto the field. Must have been some sort of error in the interchanges, not allowing them to come on. Maybe the interchange officials not letting them on the field. But I think that'll wrap us up for this round. Thank you all for coming and watching this amazing game. Stay tuned next week for more SRL.